She didn't have to say anything. And yet, she found the words that all of us needed to hear. Samantha Busch has finally spoken. And if you have even a shred of love for this sport, this message is going to hit you hard. But before we get into it real quick, if you're a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation News is just getting started, and we're pushing toward our next subscriber milestone. This channel is all about real talk from fans who live this sport every single week. All right, let's get into it. It has been weeks since NASCAR lost Kyle Busch, a two-time Cup Series champion, the holder of 234 combined wins across NASCAR's top 3 national series, the most prolific winner this sport has ever seen. 63 Cup victories, 102 Xfinity Series wins, 69 Truck Series victories, numbers that may never be touched again, and he was only 41 years old. But here's the thing. Since Kyle passed away on May 21st, his wife Samantha and their children, Brexton and Lennix, had remained silent publicly. And nobody blamed them, not for a single second, because grief like that doesn't come with a schedule. It doesn't follow a timeline. And the NASCAR world was doing the only thing it could do, waiting quietly, holding its breath. Then something unexpected happened. On Friday, Samantha posted on Instagram, and just like that, the NASCAR community stopped scrolling. The message came from Samantha, Brexton, and Lennix together as a family, and the first thing she did was thank the fans directly. She spoke about the prayers, the messages, the flowers, the meals, the hugs, and what she called countless acts of kindness. She said those moments carried her family through the most heartbreaking days of their lives. Let that settle in for a second. She admitted their hearts are absolutely shattered, but at the same time, she talked about feeling God's presence, feeling surrounded, feeling supported, not alone, because of you, because of this community. And that's when everything changed, at least for me while reading her words. She wrote about seeing the impact Kyle had on people, watching fans honor him through unique acts of generosity, and she called it a true testament to how special Kyle is to so many people. Not was, is. And that one word says a lot. Now, to understand just how devastating this loss really is, you have to understand the timeline of Kyle's final days, because it all happened incredibly fast. At first, nobody saw it coming. Back on May 10th at Watkins Glen, Kyle was believed to be dealing with a sinus cold. He even radioed his team after the race asking for a shot from a doctor. But he kept going. He pushed forward. He won the Truck Series race at Dover, then finished 17th in the All-Star race. And just days before his passing, he was attending the opening of a go-kart track with his 11-year-old son, Brexton. Think about that for a moment. He was a dad at a go-kart track, spending time with his kid. Everything seemed normal. And then he was gone. According to the family statement and his death certificate, severe pneumonia progressed into sepsis. Rapid, overwhelming, and devastating complications followed. The family said he had been dealing with pneumonia for days to weeks. Nobody saw what was coming. Not his team, not his family, not the fans, nobody. But here's what Samantha's message reminded all of us. Even in the middle of unimaginable pain, community matters. She described moments when the weight of this loss felt impossible to carry. However, there was one constant. Time and time again, she said God worked through the people around them to remind her family that they were not alone. She thanked family, friends, fans, and even complete strangers. Then came the words that hit the hardest. She wrote, "Thank you for showing up for us. Thank you for loving our family so well. Thank you for loving Kyle. Thank you for honoring him." What happened next surprised everyone, because instead of focusing on the tragedy, her message focused on gratitude. She closed by saying they may never find the words to fully express what the support has meant to them, but they are deeply grateful. And that's a powerful thing to hear from a family carrying so much pain. Kyle Busch won Cup championships in 2015 and 2019 for Joe Gibbs Racing. He was the younger brother of fellow NASCAR driver Kurt Busch, and over the course of his career, he built a legacy unlike any other. 234 combined wins, a record that belongs entirely to him, a number etched permanently into NASCAR history. And now, his wife and children are carrying that legacy forward with a dignity and grace that honestly says everything about who this family is. This community showed up for Samantha, Brexton, and Lennix the same way Kyle always showed up on the racetrack, with everything they had. And that's what NASCAR has always been about. Not just speed, not just trophies, not just records. It's the people, the families, the fans, the community that stands together when it matters most. And that may be Kyle's greatest legacy of all. Now, I want to hear from you. Kyle Busch finished his career with 234 combined wins and 2 Cup championships. Is he the greatest NASCAR driver of all time, or is there someone whose case you'd put above his? Drop your answer down in the comments. This is going to be a real conversation, and if this video meant something to you today, please give it a like. Subscribe to NASCAR Nation News. We're building something real here for fans who truly love this sport, and we'll see you in the next one.